James Helder, IFL TV, in association with MTK Global.
MTK.
MTK
So new
Global.
now, isn't it?
Indeed. With me, I've got none other than trainer Shane McGUIGAN. We're here at the MGM Las Vegas. Firstly, how are you, mate?
The MGM, that was good. Yeah, all good, mate. So all good, man. It's looking forward to Saturday night.
Let's talk a little bit about the champ. How has his preparation been thus far? Obviously, we know you've taken yourself away out of the sort of the pressure and the spotlight, so to speak. A lot of media commitments thus far, but how has he been?
Great. Been here 3 and a bit weeks now. Great move. I always think getting out here early is always the right way to do it, because there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either come in at the last minute and just hope that you sort of get over the jet lag, or you can come out far enough in camp so you can get used to time zone, and then you got your hard sparring and stuff like that. So we've done all the hard sparring over here, got used to the environment and stuff like that. So being in Vegas for longer than 3 weeks or even a week is a bit of a pain, but
mostly draining on its own sometimes.
Definitely, yeah. But we were out in Robert Guerrero's house, out in in a suburb. So it was quite quiet. Had a chef come in, guy that used to cook for Ricky Hatton. Real nice, cooked us nice clean food and brought a bit of George Groves came over about a week and a half ago as well, so it felt like a proper camp.
Carl obviously seems supremely focused.
Yeah.
Very confident, as he always is, quietly confident going about his job. Are you expecting a different Santa Cruz? Can Santa Cruz change his makeup to make it a different fight this time around, or are you sort of expecting Santa Cruz to do what he did in the first fight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting mixed messages. I don't know if he really knows the way he's going to approach this fight. They say he's going to use his reach. At 1 minute, they're saying he's going to use his reach. Next minute, he's going to say he's going to plant his feet, punch harder on the inside, because the last time they weren't scoring the volume of the punches because they weren't doing as much damage. So they're going to try and punch harder. I think that's the game plan he's going to go in with. I've seen him on the pads working with his brother, and he's looking like he's trying to set the shots up and really whack them in. Which I don't know how much that's going to favour him, because he's not naturally a heavy-handed sort of guy. If he's going to go and try and do that, that might exhaust him and leave him a bit more vulnerable. So it's interesting to see. All we know is that what we did the last time, could work depending on what he's going to bring to the table. But Carl's adaptable, always does enough, always knows how to win rounds.
He threw over 1,000 punches in the last fight. To think if he throws that many punches and starts loading up on his shots as well, it really could make for a hard night.
Superhuman. That's I mean, the reason he throws 1,000 punches is because he layers his shots. He doesn't start off punching hard. He sort of finishes the combinations hard. But that didn't work with Carl, because Carl's got good head movement and stuff like that, so he never really got himself going. So I believe he's going to try and start his combinations harder this time, and whatever the case, it's going to be an amazing event, and it's going to be a great fight. So I'm really looking forward to it. But I know Carl Frampton's got the beating of him.
How has yours and Carl's relationship been? You seem as close as a trainer and a fighter can be.
Yeah.
I know you spent a lot of time with him before you even trained him. How was your relationship at this moment in time?
Great. Carl's a great bloke. He's one of my best men. He was one of my best men at my wedding. Just a top lad. With the likes of David and George and big names coming in, I think I was expecting him to be a little bit more threatened and with his position, but nothing, just taking it in his stride, and we've always had a good understanding and stuff like that. So it's brilliant. It's just a strong relationship as we've always had, and I think that's the key. To keep that good trainer-fighter relationship is just being honest and open with each other, and we're both on this journey together. It's not a single man sort of thing. Everyone's working for Carl's success, and he knows that.
You've got a very, very talented stable of fighters now. Some marquee names in the stable as well.
Yeah.
How do you divide your time amongst the fighters? Do people train at different times? Do they train together?
Yeah, when I'm back in London, for instance, it will be everyone's got their time slot, and I've got Darryl Richards that does all the strength and conditioning, and I've now got Josh Pritchard, who's a fighter. He's coming in to help me out at the moment as well. So I've got a great team around me to help me, and obviously Dad's always there. So being able to just devise my time. Everyone gets a 2-hour slot. But for the next, after this fight on the Monday, I'll go with David to Miami for 3 weeks to do that real bulk of the training out there in Miami, and then we'll come back to London and tape it. I think whoever's got the big fight coming up has to take the priority, and the good thing is that everyone's understanding of that. When a big fight's signed and stuff like that, we work around it, and I have open conversations with them. And David's been in Miami a lot, training away, but we've got a solid 5 weeks of training, which I believe is more than enough to beat Tony Bellew.
Do you gauge what's going on sort of on the social media world while you're in these camps? No doubt you'll of an evening you'll have some downtime and stuff. Do you sort of look at what's going on and what's being said by other fighters?
I used to, but not so much anymore. To be honest, I've just sort of come off social media as much. You know what I mean? It's a great marketing tool and stuff like that, but you can get wrapped up in it and just waste hours. And newly married, and I can't keep looking at my phone all the time. So I've sort of taken all my apps off my phone. I just go on it whenever I've got my laptop in front of me. You know what I mean? Because you use it a lot less. But in terms of other fighters, you got anyone in mind that you're thinking about?
I just saw some comments from O'Hara Davies today on the Twitter mentioning yourself and your fighter Josh Taylor. So just wondered if you was aware of what he had said.
I saw his previous comments. I didn't see his recent ones, but I'm sure he's just hyping it up, which is great. It's great for boxing. It's great for his profile. Good for Josh Taylor's. Just keep hyping it up, mate. You know what I mean?
Sounded like David Hayden. He morphed into Hayden.
I know. Sorry, I can't handle it. He's just spending too much time with that lad. But yeah, no, just keep doing it, because the more you do it, you get yourself a nice little payday, and it creates a little rivalry. So Josh Taylor doesn't have a rival now, so maybe O'Hara Davies can be that guy.
Lee Selby on the card this Saturday, defending his IBF world title.
Yeah.
A lot of talk potentially about him and Carl. We know that talk was around a little while in the past.
Yeah.
Is there? Do you feel like that fight can happen?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we've got a massive job to do with Leo Santa Cruz, but I would like Lee Selby next, and Carl Frampton's in the same agreement. I think Selby, great fighter, and I think he's the only person that's really going to come to Northern Ireland and box him. Santa Cruz didn't want it. The likes of Adnan Morris, that would be another easy fight for us to make, because he's obviously with Heyman and stuff like that. So he won't want to come to Northern Ireland.
Is that pivotal to the next fight?
I think
wanting
so.
To come there, because does Carl need that big homecoming moment?
Yeah, he does. I mean, you had it with Ricky Hatton, obviously. Having his homecoming, 50,000. I don't think we can replicate that. But it's at this stage of Carl's career. He's been away. He went to El Paso, he went to Manchester, he's gone to New York, he's now in Vegas, and the fans over there haven't had a big night, and they're spending lots and lots of money coming out here to support him, and we're incredibly thankful for that. But I believe it's our turn now to sort of repay those die-hard fans and bring something back to them. And what better fight than Lee Selby versus Carl Frampton, outside in the summer. I think it's also a great fight for Carl. I think stars make fights, and I believe Carl's got the start to beat him.
If they do both come through their fight, no doubt this gives it a perfect opportunity to sort of hyper fight between them both a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this is the old school way of doing it, isn't it? Put fighters on the same bill and sort of drum it up that way. And obviously Selby doesn't have the same sort of support that Carl does, but he's a great fighter, and he should have a lot more support. And getting the exposure off a bill like this in Las Vegas, I think is going to raise it a little bit. And then obviously when he fights Carl Frampton, that's going to raise it a lot more. So we're excited about it, and I think two good guys, two guys that don't really need to hype it up, because they're world class, and they both got genuine world titles. And I think come the summer that'll be an amazing fight.
The fans will want to know what's going on this week. Tomorrow there's grand arrivals and a media workout, is that right?
Yes, I mean, I don't even know, to be honest. I just get told what to do. I think there's a media workout tomorrow. There's a press conference on Thursday, weigh-in on Friday. Friday, the weigh-in is at 3 o'clock. I've never heard of a weigh-in so late. It's just the way they do it out here. There's no clocks. You go to bed and you wake up, and the same person you see when you go to bed is still on that slot machine. When you wake up, it's a bit of a strange, surreal environment. But 3 o'clock doesn't make a difference. It would have made a difference if it was at super bantamweight. I mean, ripping the head off everyone in the team saying get that weigh in a bit earlier. But now he's comfortable.
a bit more calmer.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll go up in weight?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, he's still got a lot more to do at featherweight, and he's got some massive names out there. And I think, if you look at, obviously Lomachenko's up at super featherweight, but I think there's some bigger names for us back down here at 126. Plus, he needs to let his body settle into it before he take that next step. But finishing his career being a 3-weight world champion will be is a lot nicer than a 2-weight world champion. You know what I mean? Obviously we'll have to wait and see if the opportunities come at super featherweight, but right now we're at featherweight.
I've heard your dad say he doesn't want him hanging around a couple of years max, and that'll be his time to sort of to enjoy his success rather than putting it all on the line. What are your thoughts on that, James?
Same as Dad, and to be honest, it's the same as Carl. Carl's always had that in his head. He never wants to be, he's definitely got good head movement, but he still takes a lot of punishment, and all boxers do. And it's just the sparring as well. People don't understand the damage is done in the gym. Muhammad Ali used to spar 15 rounds. Used to have guys like Larry Holmes and stuff like that, and that's when the damage was really done in the gym. And I think battling through hard camps it takes too much out of your body. He's got a lovely family. He's got a wife, Christine, 2 kids. And he, to be honest, he spends a lot of time away from them. And if you're secure in yourself, you got yourself some nice money, some good investments. You've got a great name for yourself. Get out whilst you're ahead. You look at the likes of Joe Calzaghe. People like that. Even Floyd Mayweather's parted ways. My dad, same thing. He got in 1992. Don King offered him a big contract, and he chose not to take it. So it's just getting out when the time's right.
On that note, we look forward to catching you tomorrow. I really do appreciate giving us some of your time.
Thanks, James.
Thanks, Shane. I'll catch you soon.
Appreciate it.